Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, and before we get into this jaw-dropping expose, make sure you hit that subscribe button and share this video so we can keep you updated on the biggest stories shaking South Africa. Now, let's talk about what's unfolding in the heart of Johannesburg, a dramatic showdown between the City of Johannesburg and some of the most notorious hijacked buildings in the metro, and at the center of it all is Mayor Dada Morero, whose recent actions have people asking the big question, has he really changed, or is this just another performance for the cameras? This week, the streets of Joburg witnessed a series of coordinated raids unlike anything we've seen in months. City power teams, backed by JMPD and private security, descended on several buildings long known to be under the control of criminal syndicates. These weren't just random swoops. Intelligence had pinpointed structures owing a staggering R60 million in stolen electricity alone. That's right, R60 million worth of power siphoned off the grid, crippling legitimate ratepayers while keeping these criminal enterprises running smoothly. The images coming out of these raids tell a story of a city at war with itself. Thick bundles of illegal electricity connections ran through dark, dingy hallways. Some of these hijacked properties are so dangerous that officials had to wear protective gear just to enter. Inside, makeshift rooms had been rented out to desperate families, each one paying cash directly into the pockets of the building hijackers, while the city, and Eskom, footed the bill for the stolen power. The scene was a grim reminder of how deep-rooted Johannesburg's infrastructure theft problem has become. And here's where it gets political. Dada Morero, once seen by many as a career politician more interested in photo ops than actual service delivery, is suddenly front and center, personally overseeing some of these raids. He's been spotted walking through crime-ridden corridors, flanked by armed officers, vowing to take back the city from criminal elements. For a man who has previously faced criticism for being too slow to tackle hijacked properties, this new aggressive stance is turning heads. Is this a genuine shift in leadership style, or is Morero feeling the heat with elections looming on the horizon? Residents in the affected areas have mixed feelings. Some are applauding the mayor's actions, finally seeing a flicker of hope in a city where service delivery is on life support. Others are more skeptical, pointing out that similar high-profile raids have happened before, only for the same buildings to be reconnected illegally within days. As one resident put it, we've seen mayors come and go. They make big promises on camera, but after the cameras leave, the hijackers take over again. We need real change, not PR stunts. What's undeniable is that the problem runs much deeper than just switching off illegal electricity. These hijacked buildings have become hubs for everything from unregulated rentals to drugs and human trafficking. Criminal syndicates are making millions of rands every year while avoiding property taxes, water bills, and power payments. For the City of Johannesburg, reclaiming these spaces isn't just about lost revenue, it's about restoring law and order to a city that many feel is slipping further into chaos. The raids themselves were intense. City power teams carried bolt cutters and heavy-duty tools to dismantle the illegal connections, often working under the watchful eyes of heavily armed security. In some cases, there were confrontations with residents who accused the city of targeting the poor. Officials, however, were quick to clarify, this is not about targeting the poor. This is about taking down criminal networks that exploit the poor while stealing from everyone. And that R60 million figure. It's not just a rough guess. According to City Power, the buildings targeted have been connected illegally for years, some dating back nearly a decade. Monthly losses have piled up to the point where legitimate ratepayers across Johannesburg are essentially subsidizing these hijacked buildings, paying more for their own electricity to cover the stolen supply. It's a vicious cycle, and unless it's broken, the city's power crisis will only deepen. The political implications for Morero are huge. If he can sustain these raids and follow through with prosecutions, it could mark the beginning of a serious crackdown on urban decay in Johannesburg. But if this turns out to be another short-lived campaign with no lasting results, it will only cement the belief that Joburg's leadership is incapable of real change. For a city battling corruption, infrastructure collapse, and service delivery protests, the stakes couldn't be higher. Already, opposition parties are weighing in. Some accuse Morero of grandstanding, saying that this is all about boosting his image ahead of the next municipal contest. Others are cautiously supportive, arguing that even if his motives are political, the results could still benefit the city. As one analyst put it, whether he's doing it for votes or for genuine reform, if Morero actually manages to clean up hijacked buildings, the people of Johannesburg win either way. Behind the scenes, however, insiders say this operation is putting Morero on a collision course with powerful figures. Hijacked buildings are a lucrative business for organized crime, and dismantling those networks means stepping on some very dangerous toes. That raises another question: will Morero have the political will and personal security to keep going? Or will pressure from within and outside his party force him to ease off? For now, the streets of Joburg are buzzing. Every resident has an opinion on these raids, and the footage of confiscated cables and dismantled connections is going viral on social media. It's a rare moment when municipal politics, crime, and public outrage intersect so visibly. Whether this is the start of a real cleanup or just another chapter in the city's long history of promises and letdowns, only time will tell. But one thing is clear: the R60 million in stolen electricity is just the tip of the iceberg. Johannesburg's fight against hijacked buildings is a battle for the city's soul. If Dada Morero can pull this off, he might not just change the narrative about his leadership, he might change the future of Johannesburg itself. If he fails, the city will slip even further into the grip of those who profit from its decay, and the people will be left to pick up the pieces once again.